So I have this page from lesson 11, and let's say I'm going to use it for my final project. So how do I incorporate JavaScript into this? That's usually the thing that gives people the hardest time when trying to convert a project over. And what you do doesn't have to be complicated. It can be very, very simple. And so I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple examples of things that you could do. So here is my final project folder, and I've already copied the this page into that folder along with the CSS and the media for it. Okay, and then I have renamed things accordingly. Okay, so here's my little monster flip. And for my JavaScript, does not have to be anything complicated. But with this, it might be fun to let them do some color changing. And we do have some color changing code over in lesson 12. So if we take a look at our interactive page, you can see that we've changed background colors and that type of thing. So I might ask them a prompt and then pull that in and change the color. I'm going to figure out what color I want to change. All right, I think I'm going to let them change the background color and the text color. So I'm just going to actually copy this from interactive. And I'm going to go down to the bottom. I don't really want it to mess with the design of my page. So I am going to put this down in the footer. Okay. And the important thing here is that I've got IDs because that is what I'm going to use to actually change the color. Okay. All right, now I've got this down at the bottom. Let's save this and take a look. Okay, so I'm probably going to, I don't know if I like that displayed quite like that, but I do want it down there. So I might just make them all the way across. But anyway, so now I've got these in here, but they are not coded to do anything, as you can see. So I have to add my JavaScript code. Now the JavaScript code for that interactive page is in modify styles.js. And it's accessing the background color and the text color by the IDs. And this is exactly what needs to be used. So those are going to go in a script tag. Go back over here. I'm just going to put a little script tag up at the top because this is not a lot of JavaScript. I don't really feel like it needs to go into a different file. So we'll just put a little script tag in here. And we probably are going to need to create a little function for this. And then maybe we'll just call it change color. And this has to be inside the little curly braces. And that is pretty much all of the JavaScript. So now I've got the colors and I've got this access in the colors, but I am missing a trigger. So what is the trigger that we used over in our interactive page? The trigger that we used here was this button. So I could add a button. Or we'll see how that looks. Let me copy the button. Definitely going to change how this down here. Okay. Apply the changes, select the change button. Okay, now I did not call my little function apply changes. I named it differently. I called it change color. So I'll just copy that name and paste it right over the top of this. All right, so I don't know that I want all of these, in separate paragraphs. I think I want them next to each other. All right, let's see how that looks. And actually now it should work. Hopefully I like how it looks. Okay, maybe a little space in between, and that can come down. Background. Okay, don't want to make it look too hideous. Color for my text. Background. I want you guys to be able to see this change there. All right, change. Background definitely changed. And I don't really have a lot of just regular, oh, well, the text changed too. Okay. Yep, that actually would be enough for incorporating a JavaScript, just that little bit right there. The rest is just, making it look better. You might even want a reset button. Other things that you could do besides something like this. Let me think here. Okay, here's another example of incorporating JavaScript. So here I added on load, which means when the page loads, call this little greet function. So I added this little greet function here inside the script tag. And basically, I'm just asking them for their name. I'm storing it here in name. And then I'm displaying a little alert box. And I'm displaying their name back to them. So this is only going to display when the page loads. So I'm going to have to reload the page to see that. What is your name? Let's spell my own name right. Okay. And so that would also meet the requirement of JavaScript. So there is a lot of different ways you can do it. Those are just two examples. But, you could have a button here that changes the color of this text, and they could change it back and forth. There's all sorts of things you could do. So hopefully that gives you some ideas. Let me know if you have any questions or problems.